That means that for you guys, there's an unlimited amount of money that you can make per day. Y'all understand? 7.873, whatever the fuck you want to think of. You know what I mean? $1 trillion circulating through this market. That means that every single person that becomes a millionaire today, ain't hurting nobody. Nobody. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That ain't hurting nobody. That's not stopping nothing. You dig what I'm saying? The money still wants to circulate how it circulates. So there's enough money for everybody in this bitch to get rich. You understand? And that's what I'm trying to goddamn do what the fuck I want to do. Because at the end of the day, it's one thing if you making money dolo, but if you ain't putting the next man on how to make paper, then you selfish. You understand? And that's why the fuck we here tonight. We're going to put niggas on how to get some paper. You understand? Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. All right. Great. Man, can I get a hand up in any profitable trades? Profitable. Okay, then, hands up. Okay. Okay. Oh, he been talking. Where you from? Everybody raise their hand, say they were profitable. You know what I mean? How long y'all been profitable? Everybody say they were profitable. Year and a half, you been profitable trading. You know what I mean? About 5 months. How long you been trading before you became profitable? 2 years. 2 years, and then everything changed. So what does that goddamn tell y'all? Bro? It took me 3.5 years before I made $1 in this shit. You understand? That's 3.5 years of me grinding my ass off, making money, losing money, and then all of a sudden my life changed overnight. You dig what I'm saying? Everything changed like that. You understand? Because this market right here, the beauty of trading is, bro, you can literally lose X amount of money and God knows how long, bro. And in one day, one trade, everything fucking changes. You understand? You looking at a nigga that went $50,000 in the hole within 3.5 years trying to learn how to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? My first goddamn withdrawal, my first profitable trade was me turning $17 into $17,000 in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? $17 into $17,000 in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Withdrew that pay, got my mama out of debt, moved her back to North Carolina, now she living with me. You understand? So that being said, like, bro, this market was something that was able to change my life like this. Ever since then, y'all see the fuck going on now, right? You see what I'm saying? Can y'all look at my life and not see that this shit is really, truly what y'all need to do? You know what I mean? Like, not even trying to goddamn gas myself the fuck up, but I just want to be a walking testimony and a walking goddamn inspiration, walking motivation to what the fuck is possible. Because I'm no better than nobody in this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? We all got similar backgrounds. If anything, I am y'all. You get what I'm saying? The only difference between me and y'all is I figured shit out early. That's the only difference. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to reciprocate that information back to everybody the fuck else. I mean, I love it. Word. All right, then. All right. You know what I mean? So, remember, I ain't here to make y'all a profitable trader tonight, bro. I'm just going to show y'all how the fuck these goddamn markets goddamn work. You don't think you could have gotten go to home and make $5 million tonight. You know what I'm saying? But we got a lot of beginner traders and a lot of intermediate and a lot of advanced, so we got to go through the whole goddamn rundown from what is Forex all the way down. So I'm trying to get this shit done by 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? So just bear with me if you have any questions about all means, ask the fuck way. I'll be more than happy to have answers. And I mean, it's going to get to. All right. So first things first, what is Forex, right? What is the foreign exchange market? This right here is how money works in the essence. You know what I'm saying? We talking about countries doing business. We talking about international business. We talking about how currencies, you know, understand that each country has a currency. I mean, we got the US dollar, Europe has the euro, goddamn Mexico got the peso, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn Africa got the motherfucking, what else? But y'all get the point though, you know what I mean? Canada got the Canadian dollar, Australia has the Aussie, you know what I mean? So every single country has a currency. Raise your hand if you've been out of the country before. You know what I mean? You've been out of the country, you couldn't spend US dollar, could you? Alright, so you gotta go to the goddamn airport, you have to go to a goddamn foreign exchange booth and exchange your goddamn pay for the pay that you got back, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta exchange your goddamn US dollar for Japanese yen, or exchange your US dollar for euros or Canadian dollar. You see what I'm saying? And have you ever noticed that if you give them some motherfucking money, say you give them, say you go to like Canada or something, right? You got $1,000. You go to the booth and you're like, I need to exchange $1,000 for 1,000 Canadian dollars. You ever notice how the number is not the same? You give them $1,000, you may get a little bit more back, or you get a little bit less back, right? That's foreign exchange in the essence. Now, if you ever been out the country and you goddamn did that hand-to-hand transaction, you've been a trader. You know what I mean? You have been a trader. You've just been a hand-to-hand transaction, physical type time. What we're doing is digital type time. You get what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different but it's the same goddamn thing. Y'all understand? So Forex is how money works in the essence. Y'all understand that companies get shit made from different countries. For example, everybody got an iPhone this bitch, shit made in China. You know what I'm saying? So in order for the United States to pay for this shit, they have to transfer their money from US dollar to Japanese yen. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the fuck, I didn't go to China shit. You know what I mean? The yuan. The yuan. You see what I'm saying? You have to transfer the money from the US dollar to the yuan. You see what I'm saying? And what banks do or what investors do is they look at these goddamn charts to be able to figure out when is the best time to invest. You see what I'm saying? They can look at these charts and be like, okay, well, if the value of the yuan is down right now, that means that my US dollar money is going to hold more weight. As a result, I can invest less money and get more product. Y'all understand? Does this make sense? Yes. All right. So this is all that Forex is. Forex is understanding that each single country has a currency, and the value of these currencies fluctuate all day, every day. You know what I mean? Every single goddamn second of the day, the market is moving up and down. You see what I'm saying? Minus right now, the market's closed. You see what I'm saying? But the market is open from Sunday through Friday. You know what I mean? Cryptocurrencies are open 24/7. So if you want to be a crypto trader, you can trade that whenever you want to. But currencies, the NASDAQ, gold, silver, commodities, things like that, they're open from Sunday to Friday. That's why you don't see chart moving right now. You know what I mean? But with that being said, once again, it's understanding that every single country has a currency and the value of these currencies fluctuate all day, every day. So as a trader, all we have to do is be able to predict the movements on this chart prior to it happening. You see what I'm saying? For example, if I can look at this motherfucking chart right here and say, I think that the US dollar against the Japanese yen, which that's what we're looking at right here. Everybody see it says USD JPY. That means the US dollar against the Japanese yen. You know what I mean? So what we're looking at in this case, everybody see this number, everybody see this number right here. It says 159.17. Okay? What this is stating, all right, is that it costs 159 Japanese yen to get 1 US dollar. You understand? So this is what these numbers are telling you for like each and every currency pair. We see Euro, AUD. The first goddamn country or the first currency in any single pair that you see is what's called the base currency. Y'all understand? Which means that what we're comparing is how much of the second currency we need to get one of the base currency. Alright? So any single thing that you trade is going to be in a pair. Notice how you don't see it's just Euro by itself, or it's just the US dollar by itself, or it's Japanese yen by itself. These are what's called currency pairs. You see what I'm saying? So it's one currency against the other one. And we're looking at the valuation of each goddamn currency to see should the value of the shit go up, should the value of the shit go down. But this is what all these numbers are over here talking about. So we see we're looking at USD JPY right now, and once again, the value of this currency, right, currency pair is 159.17. What that is saying is that we need 159 Japanese yen to get 1 US dollar, which means if you go to Japan and you give them $1, you have 159 Japanese yen. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? So y'all understand why people like to move to Japan and Thailand and shit? Because their money fucking holds more weight. You understand? Like here, inflation is fucking insane, nigga. But if you take your money anywhere the fuck else besides here, rich as a motherfucker. You understand? Y'all gotta be goddamn. Y'all gotta be ready to that trip. You gotta be ready to that trip. You know what I mean? But these are all currency pairs. Now you notice we have different currencies like the US dollar against the Japanese yen. We have the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. The NZD CAD, which is the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. These are all different currencies. Now we also trade commodities and indices. You understand? Everybody heard of the NASDAQ? You know, I heard of the S&P 500? Now, these are all things that we're able to trade on a daily basis and make money off of. Everybody heard of gold? You like gold? Yeah. Silver? You know what I mean? These are all things that we are able to trade. You got to understand that gold is one of the safe havens when it comes to investments. You understand? Which means that with anything in the goddamn United States goes sideways, everybody put their money in gold. You see what I'm saying? It's a safe haven investment for when people don't know where the fuck they put their faith at, especially when the United States money is going to shit. That's why I got them gold chart is something that I love to trade every day. If you follow me, you see me trade gold a lot. You see what I'm saying? That's my go-to motherfucking pair. Because in essence, once you understand how this chart moves, easy pay. Easy pay. I mean, we all on the same page so far? You got any questions so far? No. All right, then. So, y'all have to understand that we are not the only people that trade. You know what I mean? You think that we are always considered retail traders, right? Which means that we are all individual entities trying to get some paper out of this motherfucking market. We are not the only people that trade. Y'all understand that banks, when y'all put your money in a bank account, they trade with your money. You understand? This is what the fuck they do. You know what I mean? Banks make money off of two different things. Interest, okay? Trading. That's what the fuck they do. You know what I mean? But they'll never tell you fuck that. I went to the bank and tried to open up a bank account and say, nigga, I got a trading account. I got my shit's called Certified Snipers. I'm a day trader. This is my LLC is called. They looked at me and was like, nigga, don't tell me that. You can't do that. That's too risky of a business. You know what I mean? Literally, they don't know that I trade. They trade with my pay too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand what they do, and that's why they try to hide it from you and tell you it's risky. That's what they do. You understand? Every single goddamn company you can think of, Apple, Amazon, fucking Exxon, nigga. You see what I'm saying? You can look at any single goddamn thing, any single you can have a chart attached to it, meaning that any single company, any single thing you can think of has a value. You understand? And if you're able to invest into these values, you are able to make pay off the profit of the price, off the fluctuation of the price. You understand? Now, raise your hand if you ever invested before. Cryptocurrency, stock, anywhere in between. Alright? Well, what you invest in? What? Nike. Alright, my fault. I thought you said something else. My fault. Alright, what about you? You say you invested?
Yeah, I invested in
Tesla. Made some money.
I didn't do that much. I realized you gotta put in to make out.
Here's the thing about goddamn investing. You know what I mean? When it comes to certain stocks and certain cryptocurrencies, usually what makes it pay, you gotta have as much as what the shit costs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You got to, or else you're buying partial of the stock, partial of the crypto, and as a result, your money don't fluctuate. For example, raise your hand if you don't pop money in Bitcoin. You know what I mean? You done put about $100, $200, $300 oh, that shit ain't even nothing. Oh, okay. You wanna know what? Oh, okay. That shit costs $70,000, $80,000 more. You know what I'm saying? So if you buy anything short of $70,000, $80,000, you get what's called a partial coin, like Satoshi. Oh, I think that's what it's called, if I'm not mistaken. And saying all that shit to say, if you don't have enough money to invest in how much the shit actually costs, you're not going to make a profit. You know what I mean? Which is the beauty of day trading. Now, we can take a small amount of money and turn that shit into whatever. I can take a penny and make a bankroll off that shit. You understand? You know what I mean? So, the main difference between investing and day trading, all right? A, investing is more of a long-term thing. You understand? They just put money inside of an investment. They hold that shit for 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years, praying that shit go the fuck up. I done made the same thing for 15 minutes. Do you understand? Like, so investing is more of a long-term thing. And not to say I don't want y'all to invest y'all pay, because any money that's sitting is dying. You understand? Any money that's just sitting and not investing in anything, it ain't worth shit. You're going to end up spending it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not telling y'all not to put y'all money in long-term pay. What I'm telling y'all is there's a big difference between investing and day trading. That's the first difference, right? Is that investing is long-term and day trading is short-term pay. You know what I mean? Secondly, investing, you can only make money on one side of the market, right? Investing, I can only buy into stocks, I can only buy into cryptocurrencies with the expectation that the value of whatever the fuck I'm investing in goes up. If the shit goes down, I lose money, or I can't do shit. I can sit on my hands, right? The beauty of day trading is we can make money off the fluctuation of price. This bitch go up, I can make money as long as I can predict it. This bitch go down, I can make money as long as I can predict it. You see what I'm saying? Investing is only a one-side thing. Does that make sense to everybody? Investing, you can only buy into a currency, buy into whatever, and if the shit goes up, you make money. If the shit go down, nigga, your ass is grass. You understand? Day trading, the shit go up, pay. Down, pay. You understand? Third difference, leverage. All right? Being able to turn nothing to fuck into something, as we were just talking about, when it comes to investing in a certain goddamn things, you have to have just as much money as the shit costs in order to make a decent profit. You know what I mean? So once again, let's look at a random ass goddamn stock. Like fucking, somebody give me a stock. AMD. All right, give me a second. That nigga say AMD. Oh god. We go AMD.
It's right here, baby. Right here.
We go AMD. Boom, property of the NASDAQ ballot. Alright, so look at it. On God. Alright, so this chart ugly as hell. That be ugly in the hole. But this is the point of what we're looking at, right? Do you understand see how AMD is right here? You see how this should say 467.51. That means that one share of AMD costs $467.51. That means if you invest anything short of that, your money ain't shit for real. Not to tell you that you can't invest in it and make something, but y'all want to make some real money, not no bullshit, right? Niggas tired of making $100, $200 that shit out. You know what I mean? But when it comes to making bands, you gotta invest as much as what the shit costs. You want to make some money off AMD? Invest thousands of dollars because one share costs $467. Does that make sense? So when it comes to investing, if you want to really make some money off of investing, find something that just opened. Find something where they got, you know what I mean? Find something, do your research and figure out something that just opened up where the price of something that's still below $1, $5, $10. That way you can invest $100, own multiple shares of a stock, and when it goes up to $10, $20, $30, you make bankroll. You understand? That makes sense?
Yes.
All right? So once again, when we talk about leverage, that is the main reason why investing, not to say it's bullshit, but it's slow money. That's what I'm trying to make. You know what I'm saying? AMD, 467. So you have to, once again, this is more of a long-term thing. You have to put in that much money. With day trading, nigga, I just told you I turned $17 to $17,000 in 2 days. Y'all wanna see me pull off crazy? Y'all follow me on the grid. Y'all see me pull off crazy ass splits. $50 and they got that 20,000, 700 and they got that 15,000. Niggas pull these splits. I got students that turn 5K to 2 million. You see what I'm saying? We got niggas that pull off crazy ass splits. So saying that to say, with trading, you can turn nothing into something. You understand the beauty of leverage, the beauty of that broker is being able to put in $50, $100, and being able to just predict what the fuck the chart gonna do, put some money on that bitch and make pay. Do y'all understand? All right. This is why the beauty. This is what I mean when I say leverage. Say for example, I put a penny down on a trade, 1 penny. You know what I mean? 1 penny. When I put that shit into the market and the chart moves up and down, when the chart moves up and down, it's called pips. You see what I'm saying? That's the measurement in price, kind of like how a car goes in miles per hour. You know what I'm saying? Or goddamn things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the measurement in price. So when price goes up and down, one tick, one movement, it's called pips. You understand? All right. So if I put 1 penny inside this market and I buy or I sell whatever the fuck I'm trading, every single pip that price moves up and down, my money is multiplied by 10. All right, so I put 1 penny down on a trade and price moves up 1 pip, I'm up 10 cents. Does that make sense? 2 pips, 20 cents. 3 pips, 30 cents. Does that make sense? It's the beauty of leverage. If I put 5 cents down on the goddamn trade, you see what I'm saying? This shit goes up, one goddamn up, goddamn 50 cents. Goddamn 2 pips, $1, 3 pips. Y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? Every single goddamn piece of money, penny, dollar, anywhere between, what you put into a market in a trading account, when you press buy or sell, you put down a penny, you put down 5 cents, 10 cents, $1. Every single pip that price moves up and down, you make or lose whatever you put in times 10. Y'all understand what that means? Yeah. Is there any questions so far? This is the beauty of leverage with day trade. This is why you can turn nothing into something. You can put fucking $50 out of a trade account, pop a penny, pop 2 cents on a trade. That shit is moving 10, 20, 30 cents per pip. You catch a 30 pip move, you know, make some goddamn bankroll with this motherfucker. You understand what I'm telling y'all? I bet. You see what I'm saying? So that's the third and most important thing. You know what I mean? So once again, we talked about leverage. We talked about long-term versus short-term pay. You see what I'm saying? And we talked about the ability to being able to buy and sell versus investing just buying. All right? You all on the same page so far? Show that. Slide back. All right. So let's get a couple things out of the way too, especially for all my goddamn beginner traders. Day trading is not gambling, nigga. Huh? You understand? This is not gambling. This ain't sports betting. This is not sports betting. How many of y'all sports betting? Everybody put their head down. How many of y'all tried sports bet and lost the pick and said, fuck? Oh God, bro, that sports betting shit is dead. You want to know what the average sports bettor is doing? This is why I say that sports betting is not trading. Trading is not sports betting. You want to know what the average sports bettor does? The average sports bettor is going to put $10, $20 down on one motherfucker, got that 20-leg parlay, and keep goddamn doing this shit because in their head it's like all they got to do is hit one time. You understand? Does that make sense? That's what most goddamn these niggas do. Keep that mindset of trading, you gonna lose everything you got in this motherfucker. You understand? This is not nothing you playing with, nigga. This is Wall Street. Y'all understand? So you cannot treat this shit like it's gambling, bro. This is very, very precise. It's very, very strategic. It's very, very understanding what the fuck is going on. Analysis, technical, fundamental, a lot of technical shit. You gotta understand. Now, man, it's not easy. But once you get it, I always tell my students, like riding a bike. When you first rode a bike, the shit won't easy at all until you got it. Now you know how to do it. You can't undo it if you try. Now I can try to follow the bike right now. I couldn't. On game, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing with trade, but once you get it, it's not an easy journey, but once you understand it, it's something that nobody can ever take away from you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Word up, word up, word up. All right, so this is not trading, this is not gambling, this is not getting rich overnight. You understand? So do not come to this bitch when you start trading, thinking that you can just pop all the money that you got in your trading account on one trade. Your ass gonna be raised every time. Raise your hand if you done put all your money on one trade before. And got your ass waxed.
2 days ago.
Oh my God. 2 days.
You blew that.
Oh, that shit gone, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That shit comes with the game, bro. You gotta notice that with trading, it's gonna happen a lot more times than not if you start developing that habit. You understand that this is some gambling type shit. It's very, very precise. Think about trading isn't necessarily looking at this. Most of y'all will look at that chart like this and think shit look like it's Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is this? But I guarantee you, once you study this shit, this is going to be the least of your worries. You understand? This right here is the easiest thing I can teach a fucking 10-year-old how to do this shit. But what I can't teach a 10-year-old how to do is have discipline. What I can't teach a 10-year-old how to do is have money management skills. You know what I mean? These are what's going to take you above the motherfucking everybody fuck else. It's going to make you forward 1%. Discipline. You know what I'm saying? Psychology. You know what I mean? This is here. This is more of a goddamn mindset battle than anything. This shit look hard. On my mama, this shit easy as hell once you got the right information. But what's not easy is discipline. Is looking yourself in the mirror and be like, bitch, I'm fucking up. It takes pride, bro. You see what I'm saying? Pride is a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? For me to be able to look at myself and be like, nigga, I'm fucking up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But what you can look at yourself and be like, nigga, this is what I need to do. It's not the market, it's me. Let me tighten the fuck up. Everything gonna line up like I need to line up. You know what I mean? For sure. And lastly, so trading is not gambling, trading is not risk, trading is not goddamn getting rich overnight, it's probability plus risk management. You know what I mean? This is a game of probability. You understand? Well, if I can look at a chart and be able to be like, all right, what's my probability of the price going from here to here? You understand? What is that? What do I mean when I say probability? That means that I know that every single trade I pop, I'm not going to win. You have to be a risk taker to be a trader. You're going to lose money, point blank, period. You understand? It comes with the motherfucking game. You can't avoid it if you try. But what you can avoid, or what you can try to do is limit losses. You see what I'm saying? Limit the motherfuckers and maximize the wins. That's what makes a great trader. Y'all understand that some of the best traders in the world only are 30% accurate in all the trades they pop. But it's because, imagine this. Imagine if I got them pop. And every single trade I took, I was risking $100 to make $1,000. If that's the case, I can lose 9 trades, be down $900, pop 1 trade, back up 100. That's 10% accuracy, and I'm still on top. You understand? So the name of the game is risk to reward ratio. If I came to you and you said, I said, give your motherfucker $100 like you want 150 back, you take it? No. If I came to you and said, let me get $100 and I need 200 back, you take it? Some of y'all? If I came to you and said, I got $100, give me your $100, turn it 500, you gonna take it?
Hell yeah.
Y'all understand? Risk to reward ratio. Y'all understand? Some things ain't worth putting my pay down on. You understand? But when the reward outweighs the risk, you can constantly be able to take trades, lose some, still come back on top at the end of the day. Does that make sense? Show that. All right, so we already talked about currency pairs and what currency pairs are. You see what I'm saying? I'm understanding that, once again, every single country has a currency, and every single currency has a value, and these values fluctuate up and down every single day. And you can look at any currency combined with each other, and you now have a pair that you can make money off of. There are 3 different categories when it comes to currency pairs. You have your majors, right? You have your minors, and you have your exotics. All right. Major pairs are anything that has anything to do with the U.S. dollar. All right. So we talk about fucking USD CAD, the U.S. dollar against the Canadian dollar. USD CHF, the U.S. dollar against the fucking Swiss franc. Goddamn NZD USD, New Zealand dollar against the U.S. dollar. Any pair that has the U.S. dollar attached to it is what's called a major pair. Why? Because the U.S. dollar is the big dog when it comes to money. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to every other country, as of right now, the U.S. dollar still holds its weight as the big dog. You know what I mean? So any pair with the U.S. dollar attached to it is called a major pair. And these are pairs that you would like to trade because they're very, very volatile, and we also live in the fucking United States. So it's easy for us to track what the fuck is going on because Trump opened his mouth up every other fucking day. Oh God, you know what I mean? So we can really, you know what I mean? We can see what the fuck going on and be able to profit. That's why we say it all the time, bro. A lot of us got to hate Trump, and I'm not here to actually say nothing. I hate Trump too. But what I will say is this: complaining this one thing, you better goddamn, you can't be the joint, you better get some fucking money in this motherfucker. Because Trump is getting niggas rich, believe it or not. I don't give a fuck how you better understand. You better not like him. You can like him all you want. Money is here right now. You understand? Because the market is as volatile as it's ever been. If we're living in historic times, nigga, 10 years from now, shit we going through is gonna be in history books on game, but shit's insane. So if you can figure out trading now, you're gonna be set for the rest of your motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? That'd be good. Alright? So once again, any pair with the US dollar attached to it is called a major pair. These things you will love to trade. Once again, US dollar is always out there booming. Now we're talking about any pair that doesn't have US dollar to it, but it's also like a big country, like Great British pound, Japanese yen, Canadian dollar, the Swiss franc, the Aussie. These are all other major currencies that just aren't the US dollar. You know what I mean? But the other big dollars in the country. Any pair that's one of them is called a minor pair. You see what I'm saying? So all your majors are anything with the US dollar with it. All your minors are any pairs that don't have US dollar. You know what I'm saying? But it's still as volatile. For example, I love GJ. GBP, JPY, the Great British Pound is Japanese yen. Hey, yeah, anybody ever trade GJ before? Yeah. Huh? Y'all fuck with GJ? When they move, right? I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? 3 and 1. Let us say, okay, now. Word up. So we all love breaking. So saying that shit to say just because it doesn't have the US dollar attached to it, doesn't necessarily mean you don't want to trade. You know what I mean? Every single pair has its pros and cons. Every single pair has its tendencies as to how it moves and how it got them, you know what I mean, how you're going to be able to play it. That's why you got to be able to master some of these goddamn trades. See all these goddamn pairs like I feel? I'm not trading every single one of these motherfuckers. You master 2, 3 of these bitches, and you got a lifetime worth of money. Oh my God. And you can trade shit every single fucking day. Okay? Now, the last type of pair is called exotics. You don't see any type of exotics on my goddamn chart because you're not supposed to trade them. Think of any goddamn, like, small country, you see what I'm saying? Any just now emerging country, you know what I mean? They money ain't shit for real. You know what I mean? Like fucking, like Africa. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Like still emerging type shit. You know what I mean? I don't be oh God. I mean, where the money is, I'm trying to think of another goddamn country. I mean, I just don't trade these odds at all. Say that, say it. You can't think of that country on top of your head. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that being said, we don't even go into those hours too much, but once again, the 2 things I need to be worried about when it comes to currency pairs are major and minors. US dollar pairs and then anything outside US dollar which is still a major country or currency. You understand? Alright? Then you can also trade commodities, which are things like gold, silver, oil, platinum, things like that. These are all tradable things y'all can make pay off of. And then we talk about indices like the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, US 30, the Dow, US 30, you see what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, all these motherfuckers like indices, y'all can be able to trade and make money off of it. Every time y'all go watch the news, y'all look at the bottom of that bitch, you got the numbers going down, say NASDAQ costs this much, kind of boom. It's this. You know what I mean? They put that shit right in your face, right up. But niggas be too ignorant to even look at this shit and see what the fuck it's talking about. That's this, it's the money. You know what I'm saying? So, you got your indices, you got your commodities, and you also trade stocks and anything you can think of that has a chart attached to it, a stock, nigga, an ETF. I know nigga that trade soybeans, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you dig? Like, whatever the fuck you can look at, nigga, you can trade and make some paper off of, alright? Oil, all that shit. All that shit. You know what I mean? Alright, so we talk about mixed currency, we talk about full currency. Alright, then. Everything makes sense so far, every point, like what Forex is, what these numbers is on the side, what these currency pairs are, what commodities, what indices is, everything makes sense so far. Yeah? Huh? For sure. You got any questions before I keep going? For sure that, good. That means I'm doing my motherfucking job. Alright, let's get this motherfucking chart right here. Alright? So, when you are looking at a chart, this is applicable to anything the fuck that you are looking at. Alright, for all our brain trade, we're gonna go through the shit when we get into it, man. Alright, let me do some shit real quick. Zoom out a little bit, get this. Motherfucker goddamn iPad shit, what it was. I don't like this shit at all. Show that. Okay. So when you are looking at a chart, Billy, it's very important that you understand that the market has phases that it goes through, right? The market can either be going up, the market can either be going the fuck down, or the market can be moving sideways. One of three. Alright? You got uptrend, which means that the market is going up in value. You can see this shit by the candles consistently going up over time. You know what I'm saying? Bullish. Alright? Then we got a downtrend, which is more stuff like this right here. You know what I'm saying? More stuff like this, where we see price consistently going lower and lower and lower and lower. Alright? That's what's called a downtrend. And then we got consolidation. Little phases where the price goes sideways and can't really figure out where it wants to go. Something like this right here. You know what I mean? Where she's stuck inside of that damn range, she doesn't know where the fuck she wants to go. These are the three different phases of the market: uptrend, downtrend, and consolidation. You understanding one of these three phases as far as looking at the market and being able to be like, this is what phase the market is in, that gives you the whole bias on what you need to be doing. Do I need to be buying? Do I need to be selling? Do I need to be not doing shit? You know what I mean? If price is bullish, what do you think I need to be doing? Buying and selling. Buying. Bearish, buying and selling. Consolidation. We'll do what?
Wait.
Confirmation.
Let me find out y'all know something in this motherfucker. Let me find out. All right? That's what's up. That's what's up. All right? So, let's look at a couple of different charts, bro. And what I want y'all to do real quick, we're going to go through a couple of different charts. I just want y'all to tell me if y'all think the market